Hey credit warriors, welcome to the show, and in this video I want to take you through a battle to end all battles in the credit card space. The battle of the premium cards. These are what I call tier 4 cards in my 5-tier credit card ladder system that I invented to categorize levels of credit cards in the US market. These are the highest tier that regular people can get into before you start getting into invite-only black cards.
Is that a black card?
No, it's not, Kanye. We're looking at tier 4 cards in this video. Alright, so we are going to compare the 3 tier 4 cards that earn transferable points from the major US credit card issuers that are publicly available, i.e. you can actually still apply for them. There are a few others, like the Ritz-Carlton card from Chase. Actually, that one doesn't earn transferable points. It's Marriott points. Well, I guess they are transferable. Anyway, moving on. Or the Citi Prestige from Citi that people are grandfathered into. But since you can't apply for them, I won't include them. So the cards we will focus on in this video are these 3. The Amex Platinum, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and the Capital One Venture X. And I will split these into categories for the comparison. So let's look at our first category, which is annual fees. Also, quick shout out to Ask Sebi for giving me the idea to show this as an Excel spreadsheet. It's way easier than creating graphics for it in the video edit. So the Amex Platinum is $695 a year. The Chase Sapphire Reserve is $550. The Capital One Venture X is $395. So the annual fees are offset by credits on all 3 of these cards. Let's look at travel-related credits first, since those are the ones I can see people easily getting value out of, since these are travel credit cards. I mean, if you have one of these in the first place, it means that you are interested in travel. So on the Platinum, we actually have 3 travel credits. $200 for airline fees, like check bags, lounge, day passes, etc. $200 for the Fine Hotels and Resorts collection, or the hotel collection, but you must stay 2 nights. And $200 for Uber, which you can also use with Uber Eats. That one is $15 per month, $25 in December. So it's a total of $600, and thus it brings the effective annual fee down to just $95 if you use them all on things you would have spent money on anyway. On the Venture X, we have a $300 travel credit for Capital One Travel. If you book 1 paid trip per year through Capital One, it's pretty easy to use, and it takes the effective annual fee down to $95 as well. And on the Sapphire Reserve, we have a $300 travel credit for any travel. It doesn't have to be booked through Chase. Even things like New York City subway passes trigger it. Chase says it is the, quote, most flexible travel credit available. And I guess they're right. So that takes the effective annual fee down to $250. Now, I'm presenting it this way because these travel credits are the ones I believe most people will get use out of every year. For me, on the Platinum in 2023, I maxed out the Fine Hotels and Resorts credit and the Uber credit, and I used most of the airline fee credit on lounge guest passes and check bags with Delta. In the past, when I had the Sapphire Reserve, I would use the full $300 travel credit every year, no problem. And I've never had the Venture X, but I think their $300 travel credit is kind of in the middle, easier to use than Amex, but a little harder than Chase. But now let's look at some other kinds of credits. Now, all cards give up to a $100 credit for global entry or TSA pre-check every 4 years. The Sapphire Reserve allows you to use that for Nexus 2, which is a card that gives you expedited entry into Canada, either at airports or when you cross the land border in a car. So the CSR wins on this one. It has, one more option than the other 2. And most people use this credit in their first year. So the effective annual fee for the first year goes down to -$5 on the Platinum and Venture X and $150 on the Sapphire Reserve. Now let's add in some extra credits that I'm not sure how many people will actually be able to use, but I'll show you the potential value on each card. On the Platinum, we have a $240 digital entertainment credit, a $189 clear credit, a $300 Equinox gym credit, a $155 credit for Walmart Plus membership, and a $100 Saks Fifth Avenue credit. It's $50 every 6 months. Most people won't use all of these. For example, I use the digital entertainment credit and the Saks credit, but I never have used the $300 Equinox credit, and although I use the $155 Walmart Plus membership credit, I don't really consider it providing that much value to me. I use it for the gas discount at Mobil mainly, and in a year and a half that it's been around, I've saved $128, which doesn't even add up to the credit amount for a whole year. So it isn't really worth a full $155 to me. maybe half that, but to you it might be. But anyway, the effective annual fee with maxed out credits, not including the first year global entry, is minus $889, i.e. the card is paying you $889 to hold it. On the Venture X, you get given 10,000 points each anniversary, which is worth at least $100. And then there is also a $140 prior membership. This is a travel agency. And there's actually one other membership for this thing called the Cultivist as well, some art museum thing, which they say is $220 in value, but it's only for 6 months for you to try out, so I'm not going to count it. Thus, our effective annual fee after year 1 on the Venture X is that they pay you $154 to have the card, if you genuinely get value out of all the things that are offered. Now let's look at the Sapphire Reserve. The CSR advertises $1,200 in partnership value, but in reality, they're including things like Priority Pass membership in this, which is $469 for unlimited if you actually bought it, but most people wouldn't buy it anyway, since you can just get it from a credit card. So I'm only going to include things that I feel actually give dollar value that may offset some people's spending. So I'm including the Lyft Pink membership, the DoorDash subscription, plus the $5 per month DoorDash credit, the Instacart membership, and the $15 per month Instacart credit. Now, some of these things have expiry dates, and some you only get a year of. I know I didn't allow that 6-month thing on Capital One, so you may think this is unfair, but here I'm going to make a rule. I will count any credit that you get for a year or more. So that takes us to $658 worth of additional credits and an effective annual fee of minus $408, i.e. they are paying you $408 a year to have the card. Those figures for all 3 cards are really theoretical though. You have to work out your value by looking at which credits you would actually use. Let's now look at authorized user fees. On the Platinum, it is $195 for authorized user cards. It used to be $175 for up to 3, but that is no more as of August 17th, 2023. On Amex cards though, children under 13 can't be added as an authorized user, and this will be important later on. The other 2 banks don't have minimum ages. Then on the Venture X, it is free to have authorized users, and you can add up to 4, and on the Sapphire Reserve, it is $75 each. All right, let's now move on to benefits, and then we'll be looking at point earning. But first, guys, I know you're watching this because you want to get great value out of your credit cards. In that case, I think you will love the sponsor of today's video, Max Rewards. It's an easy to use smartphone app that soft connects to all of your banks so it can display data on all of your credit cards, even if they're from different issuers, in one place. So you can view your balances, your transactions, your points and rewards balances, all inside one app. Now, Max Rewards over the past year did have a little bit of difficulty connecting to Chase. That was the one bank they had a problem with, but the fix is now in for that. So if you download the latest version of Max Rewards, it can connect to Chase. They had to sacrifice a very small amount of functionality for that, but it is a permanent fix, so it does now connect to Chase. It's also really useful with American Express cards if you have the gold version of Max Rewards, because it automatically activates all of your Amex offers for you, so you never miss a deal, and you might even save some money without even knowing it. And the cooler thing is, when you activate all your Amex offers, new Amex offers you never even knew existed appear in your account, and it'll activate them too. You can really save a lot of money and get some great deals with it. And guys, you can get a free month of Max Rewards Gold with my link below, or you can just download it through my link and check out the free features, of which there are many. All right, guys, let's look at the benefits of these cards, which is going to include lounge access. That is one of the biggest benefits, but then we also have things like car rental benefits, hotel statuses, and hotel collections. We'll look at lounge access first. So lounge access is one of the coolest perks of any premium credit card. It can make your journey or stopover much more comfortable. All of these cards offer unlimited Priority Pass membership. This is the one that would cost $469 if you actually paid for it. It gives you access to over 1,500 airport lounges. But these Priority Pass memberships are not 100% the same. The Platinum and the Sapphire Reserve allow you to take 2 guests in with you, whereas the Venture X gives you unlimited guests. However, the Platinum and the Venture X exclude non-lounge experiences such as restaurants and spas, whereas the Sapphire Reserve includes them. The way it works with restaurants is that they give you $28 off your bill, sometimes for you and sometimes for you plus a guest. It depends on the restaurant. I found it very useful as an option, especially if the lounge is full or the airport doesn't have a Priority Pass lounge. Now let's look at Plaza Premium lounges. This is another lounge group, smaller than Priority Pass, but nevertheless US very useful, especially in Canada and Europe. I've been to the Plaza Premium Lounge in London, I've also been in Hong Kong and found them both to be great. The Amex Platinum allows you to get into Plaza Premium Lounges just by showing the card, as does the Venture X, but the Chase Sapphire Reserve does not. However, 60 Plaza Premium Lounges recently joined Priority Pass, or should I say rejoined, because they were in it before and then they left and now they're back. So you can get into some Plaza Premium Lounges with the CSR using its Priority Pass membership, but not all. Next, we have the Centurion Lounge, of which there are 13 US locations and a few international ones too. This is obviously only available to holders of the Platinum card out of these three. You used to get free guests, but now it's only if you spend $75,000 on your card in a calendar year. Otherwise, they're going to be $50 per person. You may be able to get around it by adding additional authorized users, but this won't work with young children since, remember, Amex only allows authorized users who are 13 years old or older. Then we have the Capital One Lounge. This currently has 3 locations, and obviously only the Capital One Venture X card can get you into those. Then last but not least, the Chase Sapphire Lounge. There are now 4 locations with several more coming soon. Obviously this is only for Sapphire Reserve card holders and their guests, but you can actually get in once per year with the Priority Pass cards provided by the Amex Platinum and Venture X cards. I think it's Chase's way of getting you used to it so you all go and apply for the Sapphire Reserve. Then on the Platinum, we have 2 more that the others don't have. The Delta Lounges, which currently get unlimited visits, and then guests are $50. You can pay that with the airline credit if you set your airline to Delta. But as of February 1st, 2025, that changes to 10 visits per year. That's going to be enough for most people, but if you fly Delta a lot, maybe it could become an issue. Then in addition, the Amex Platinum also gives you Lufthansa lounges, which the other 2 don't. So we can see that the Platinum has the most comprehensive lounge access, the Capital One Venture X is second, and also the Capital One Venture X gives you free authorized users, which get all the same lounge access as well, so that could provide you way more value if you have a big family. But if you value Priority Pass restaurants, then you may want to look at the Chase Sapphire Reserve. All right, let's now go through some other benefits. Hotel collections. All 3 cards now actually offer a hotel collection. Amex actually offers 2, the Fine Hotels and Resorts Collection and the imaginatively named Hotel Collection. Just be aware that with the hotel collection, you have to stay 2 consecutive nights in order to get the benefits. Together, these collections feature 2,200 hotels. Chase has the Luxury Hotels and Resorts Collection, which is over 1,000 hotels. And the Capital One Venture X gives you the Premier Collection, which is relatively new, and they don't actually say how many hotels are in it. At least I couldn't find that information, so I'm guessing it's probably quite a lot less, maybe under 1,000. Typically, benefits at these hotels will include daily breakfast for 2. Here we're using that benefit at the breakfast buffet at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. A $100 credit for something during your stay, either food and beverage like room service. I used that for a great meal at the Conrad in DC. Or it could be for spa treatments, etc. Then you may get a room upgrade. For example, at the Fairmont Orchid in Hawaii, I was upgraded from a garden view room to an ocean view room. So anyway, there are a load of extra benefits from these collections. I have only used Fine Hotels and Resorts from Amex, but I assume the others are similar. However, Amex is the largest, including double the number of hotels that Chase has. All right. Those are hotel collections, but what about hotel status? Well, this is easy. The Amex Platinum gives you Hilton and Marriott Gold status. Hilton Gold is way more useful than Marriott Gold, by the way, and the other 2 cards, well, they give you nothing. Then what about car rental benefits? Well, the Amex Platinum gives you high status with Hertz, National, and Avis. I use National, and I find it great. You can pick any car from the executive area. The Capital One Venture X currently gives you Hertz President's Circle, but there is some fine print saying that this benefit will be ending at the end of 2024. It's likely it will get renewed or another status added, but that is the case for now. Then the Sapphire Reserve gives you National, Avis, and Silver Car. Then what goes along with that is collision damage waiver so that you can decline the car rental place's upsell of insurance. They all provide CDW, but only the Venture X and the Sapphire Reserve are primary, which is what you want since it means that you don't have to claim on your own personal car insurance first. You can just directly claim on the credit card insurance. So Amex Platinum, unfortunately, secondary CDW. All right, now let's finally get into the point earning on these cards, plus redemption options, and then we'll talk about the welcome bonus. So first of all, here are the main earning categories. So you can see the Amex Platinum is just 1x on non-category spend, 1x on dining. Really the only award, high category is 5x on flights, either direct with airlines or through Amex Travel, and also the hotel collections or basically booking prepaid hotels through Amex Travel. Has to be prepaid to get the 5x. Then on the Venture X, it's basically 2x on everything. So it's a great non-category card. And then they do have 5 points per dollar on flights, but it has to be booked through Capital One, and 10 points per dollar on their hotel collection. Sapphire Reserve is just 1 point per dollar on non-category spend, but it is 3x on dining, which is pretty good, 5x on flights through Chase, and then the same thing with the hotel collection, 10 points per dollar. And then with the Reserve, you do get 3 points per dollar on just regular travel, and that's a pretty broad category, including things like Ubers and subways, in addition to flights and hotels. In redeeming points, they all have a base value of 1 cent per point, but there are some exceptions. So on the Amex Platinum, if you redeem for hotels, not in the Fine Hotels and Resorts collection, you get about 75 cents per point, okay? With FHR, it's 1 cent per point. And on the Sapphire Reserve, if you go through their travel portal, okay, so Sapphire Reserve, it's 1 cent per point if you redeem for like cashback, but if you book something through their travel portal, it's 1.5 cents per point for hotels or flights. That is the great advantage of the Sapphire Reserve, especially for booking economy class flights. For business class or first class, you normally get better value if you transfer points out to a partner. So for transferring points, they all feature a ton of different airlines and hotels to transfer points to. With Amex, it's 18 airlines and 3 hotels, so 21 in total. With Capital One, it's 18 partners total, and with Chase, 14 in total, 11 airlines and 3 hotels. And guys, these all have their sweet spots, and I suggest you do your own research based on what airlines and hotels you like staying with, okay? The number on its own doesn't really mean that one card is better than the others, right? Just because Amex has like 21, not necessarily better options than the others. All right, let's finally look at welcome bonuses. Now, on the Amex Platinum, the current welcome bonus is 80,000 points for spending $8,000 in 6 months. On the Venture X is 75,000 miles for spending $4,000 in 3 months. And on the Sapphire Reserve, it's 60,000 points for spending $4,000 in 3 months. With the bonuses, the Amex one is not really like a set bonus. You can normally find higher targeted offers for 100,000 or more by using incognito mode on your browser or a referral link. On the website resi.com, which is a dining website owned by American Express, there is still a 100,000 point offer that also gives you 10 points per dollar on restaurants up to $25,000 in spending in your first 6 months. So yeah, with the Platinum, there are a lot of options to find a bonus better than the public offer. With the other two, not so much. All right, let's try and come to some conclusions. The Amex Platinum is the most comprehensive in number and variety of benefits. It also has the best welcome bonus, but it has the highest annual fee. I recommend this for someone who knows that they will be doing a lot of traveling. If you get the card and only do like 1 trip a year, the Amex Platinum might be a waste. The Venture X, on the other hand, provides the best value. The annual fee is only a little over half that of the Platinum, and the travel credit is really easy to use, but it provides really good lounge access, and authorized user cards are free, and they get into all the lounges too, so you can really consider that. And then since it earns 2x on everything, it's a great catch-all card. I recommend this card for newcomers to Tier 4 who are just sort of getting their feet wet, they don't want too much of a commitment, or for those looking for simplicity. The fees are low, and the card is easy to understand. The Sapphire Reserve has the lowest bonus and probably the worst lounge access, although the Sapphire lounges do look interesting and should be competitive once there are more of them. But with the Sapphire Reserve, the extra 50% in value for points through the travel portal is where a lot of the advantages with this card come from. For booking economy class flights, you get great value with that. So I recommend this for someone who is committed to the Chase ecosystem and who wants to book flights through the travel portal. But really guys, you can make up your own mind based on all the information provided. This is probably the most comprehensive video comparison of these 3 cards on the internet. I dare someone to do a more comprehensive one. So thanks for watching guys, and don't forget to get a free month of Max Rewards Gold with my link below. You can also find links to all the cards we mentioned in the description below as well. Please subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.